This year for Safari Week, Mr. Let's Play had announced one of the rules. This time we must stop and think about what a Unovan Safari Zone would have looked like if Game Freak ever made one. Now, where on this map is distinct enough for a new zone? There has to be one area in the best Pokemon games region different enough from the rest of the region to place our zone. Slammed in between two large, clean, not sandy cities, there lies the Desert Resort. This area is where I will be placing my Safari Zone. My Safari Week playlist is filled with jungle and desert music, yet there is no desert zone. It must be the fossil fighter inside of me. Luckily, Unova has the biggest Pokedex, which means plenty of Pokemon to choose from. This zone will be for black and white only, and not black 2 white 2. That zone would get crazy real fast. I broke the main area up into two sections, north and south. In the northern area sand, you can find Sandile at 35%, Scraggy at 25%, Darumaka at 15%, Maractus at 15%, Sigilyph at 5%, and Rufflet at 5%. The Dust Clouds offer items like evolutionary stones and gems, as well as a 99% chance to find Durant. And since Gen 5 introduced hidden abilities, I really like the idea of the 1% dust encounter being Darumaka with Inner Focus, so when it evolves, you always get a Zen mode Darmanitan. The northern area also has water. Normally you can't reach it, but in this new Safari Zone your water encounters are Tympole at 49%, Basculin at 49%, and Tortuga at 2%. My tips for this zone are to Repel Trick for Sigilyph at level 23 since it has such a good shiny. If you want a shiny fossil, you'll have to work for it since Tortuga is only a 2% encounter, but with 1 level lead you can Repel Trick out Basculin. The southern area keeps Sandile at 35% but swaps Scraggy and Darumaka around. Dwebble is introduced at 18% along with Vullaby at 5 and Archon at 2. The Dust Clouds offer Heatmore at 99% and Darumaka at 1% with Inner Focus. For this area, Dwebble is the easier repel trick, but level 21 takes out Scraggy, Vullaby, and Darumaka, making Archon a lot more common. Finally, the Relic Castle shares only one encounter with the outside areas. Yamask can be found at 30%, Woobat at 25%, Krokorok at 10%, Dwebble at 25%, Cofagrigus at 9%, and the rare Larvesta at 1%. Dust Clouds now have Drillbur 100% of the time. While the sun is at its peak, if you venture into the deepest chamber of the Relic Castle, you may find a Volcarona, but be warned, its flee rate is 30% and its catch rate is much lower. That's where this Safari Zone's gimmick comes into play. Outside the Relic Castle, there are empty pedestals. Those pedestals were once used by great protectors to keep a now fallen civilization safe from nearby oceans of hostile water-type Pokemon. With the desert city now in ruins, what use do these pedestals serve? If you are able to find and catch 5 Darumaka from the Dust Clouds with Inner Focus and evolve them into Zen mode Darmanitan, you can place them on the pedestals. Doing so will cast their psychic powers across the Desert Resort, lowering all flee rates to 5% for 12 hours and then rising to 10% for 12 hours. But be warned, after the spell wears off, all 5 Darmanitan will lose the Zen mode ability and return to sheer force. For shiny hunters, there comes a dilemma of time. Do you save, then set the Darmanitan and venture through the Relic Castle's chambers for each reset, or save in front of Volcarona and risk your Darmanitan losing their abilities no matter if you succeed or fail? I hope you enjoyed my idea of what a Gen 5 Safari Zone would have looked like. Safari Week starts this Friday, June 17th, and I actually wish I could shiny hunt here. I'm trying to make some more Safari Week inspired videos before it officially starts, so subscribe for more and check out my ultimate guide to shiny hunting in every Safari Zone on screen now. Thanks for watching.